So YouTube, we have this awesome GTI here that we're going to be working on today. Well, it's pretty much already installed, but I figured I'd go over a couple things because a lot of people have been asking about how to remove the radio to get to the wires so that we can upload, to install the stereo system for an amplifier, aftermarket amplifier, 4-channel, 2-channel, whatever it may be. But so I figured I'd go ahead and show people how to do this. There's a couple ways to get to the wires, and the wires, by the way, are in the glove box, as you can see right here. You'll open your glove box and you'll get to your CD player, and there's basically these little slots right here, see, as you can see, and the slots basically push these pins out so that way you can release the radio from the slot. So I have some radio keys, and they're designed for the Volkswagen itself, but you can pretty much use anything that's about an inch or 3/4. I think it's ½ inch actually. It looks about a ½ inch opening. But basically you just stick the slots in, and you can get these from eBay actually really cheap. I think you can get them for like $2 or $3 shipped to your door if you really feel that you're going to be going in and out of the back of the radio. So you'll stick these in right here. They basically point inwards. If you're looking at the knife, you're going to point it inwards, and then you just stick it into the slot, and you'll feel it kind of click a little bit. You don't need to jam it all the way in, and then you're gonna see, you can hear one of them click right there and the other one click there, and then you just pull it out. I'm gonna need 2 hands for this, so I'm gonna try to do my best to try to get this camera in between my knees for my phone. And you'll just pull out like so. Let me see if I can get it up a little better. So you'll pull out like so, and it's gonna release on you like so. So you're gonna have access to all the wires, and I'll show you the side pins so that way, just in case you don't have the tool, this is what you're gonna be looking at right here. And essentially, let's see if I can pull out one of the pins. Essentially, these locking pins, see if I get it focused in here. These locking pins just push in. So if you're pushing a pin in, then you're going to basically be pushing these little tabs in, so that way it releases the radio. So yeah, you can stick like a knife or whatever in there. Anyway, moving on to the wires. So you're gonna run your wires all the way to the back, because it's really hard to fit a high to low converter in here, or whatever you're gonna be using to convert the signal for your amplifier. If you're running your signal straight to the amplifier, for instance Alpine amplifiers, they have it built in, so that way you can use just the high level inputs, which would basically mean you can actually run the speaker wire. Let me see if I can get this better in there. So you can run the speaker wire straight from the back to the actual amplifier, and use that as signal from the directly from the amplifier as basically RCAs. I personally rather have my LC2I, which I'm going to show you a little bit later. The speaker wires are all basically back here, and you can actually disconnect it right here by simply lifting the tab. And I'm going to try to see if I can do this for you. You're going to lift the tab, and it's kind of hard for me to do it at the moment. But you're going to lift the tab, and if you kind of mess around with it a little bit, it'll actually pull out. So you lift this little mechanism, and you can see like there's like a little lever part right there. You'll lift it right here, detach it and lift it up, and it'll pop out. And then that way it makes it a little bit easier for you to get to the radio wires. And you just disconnect all the antennas and whatnot. And there's like 5 antennas there, looks like. So you'll disconnect those, and that way it'll give you a little bit more room. I used just self-tap speaker wire connections, and that way it made it easier, so I didn't have to cut anything, because I'm just hooking up the base right now. But I did send all 4 signal wires for later on, because I plan on using one of the LC7Is, which basically gives you the all 4 channels input. and I'm gonna upload the schematics for the wiring diagram. That's pretty much already out on the internet. Someone else posted it up for us a while ago, but you know, the speaker wires are all here. This is actually the setup for a non-Fender amplified system, but I believe that the Fender amplified system is going to be about the same thing. So after you get done putting your wires and whatnot together, or tapping into the wires, you know, it just slides back in, and you just pull your keys out, and it'll go ahead and click back in. Just try to tape up the wires as best you can, so that way it doesn't make so much of a ball to do it. So I ran the wires actually through the bottom, right here in the kick panel. So it comes from the back of the glove box right here, and I might have to make a little video of how to, you know, run the wires, I guess, because some people just probably, I don't know. But I ran it through there. This panel comes off right here, ran the wires down through this corner, and then I ran it down this kick panel. And these kick panels come off very easily. They just literally pull upwards. When you end up pulling the panel up, there's going to be a bunch of clips to put it back in, and they're kind of a little bit of a pain to get in, but they're not crazy hard. This panel right here, when you do pull it, let me see if I can get this up. It has a little clip that's going to have the LED right here, and that LED has a very, very thin data cable wire that you got to be very careful with, because you will rip it off. So try to be careful pulling this off. Take your time really slowly to pull it out, and basically you're going to pull this outwards, and the cup holder is going to come off too. And there's actually if you lift up the seat right here really quick, there's actually a little pin. I'm sorry for all the shaky camera, but there's a pin right here under where it holds the cup holder. You see right there, make sure you pull that up. That's holding the actual cup holder and the whole side panel in. You don't want to break your you know, side panels just for something small. So let's go to the back really quick. Assuming you've gotten this far, you know, you've run your wires for your signal. And I'm sorry, I'm already trying to make a custom trunk out of this already, so I've got a lot of stuff mocked up on it. Let me see if I can pull this panel off real quick. And man, there's a lot of noise today. Let me lay it on the camera for a second. Alright, so I took this off really quick, the panel, and basically I have my amplifier here. It's a 5-channel amplifier Alpine that I'm basically going to be molding a little bit later. But the main thing that we're getting to right here is this guy right here, and it's the LC2I, and that's basically what's converting the signal for the amplifier. So you know, you'll plug your speaker wire, it's a little bit dusty, you'll plug your speaker wire into the front right here. So you know, the signal wire that we were working on is over here. I know it's hard to see because I'll just unplug it really quick. It's hard to see because I did such, I guess I did a pretty good job on looming it really nicely. This has all Tessa tape on it, by the way. So the signal wires go into here that come from the radio, and you'll have 2 speaker wires. One that's going to be a left channel, one's going to be a right channel. Basically, it's going to tap in from the front left and right speaker, or the rear left and right speaker, whichever you choose at the moment. It's going to basically do the same thing, especially if it's for bass. If it's for the highs, then it might be a little bit different, but at that point you probably won't be using this LC2I, because you're going to want all 4 channels from your radio, so that way you can fade it left and right. But that's where you're going to plug in your speaker input level. Let's see if I can put that back in. And then you have the output, you know, power, remote, and ground. The remote itself, let me see if I focus right here. There we go. The remote itself is going to actually be self turn on. So basically what that means is that it's going to recognize the speakers from the radio. Once they make some kind of noise, then it'll actually turn on the amplifier for you. and right now it actually has a little LED that'll tell it when it's on and whatnot, but right now it's off because you know, the radio is not on. But you know, once the radio starts playing, it'll actually you know, turn itself on and give you signal straight from your RCAs, which can, like I said, it's gonna have speaker input, and then your output's gonna be the LC2I putting to the amplifier, which is the RCAs going to your, you know, your amplifier. I think that's pretty much it. I ran, by the way, I ran the power wire on my left side, and then you should always run your sorry, I'm a little bit sick. You should run your other wires on the other opposite side. It's kind of more important for RCA signal than it is really for speaker signal, but you don't really want to mix up the two for interference purposes. So I ran the wire from the left side, and then let's show you just kind of, I think the plate's already on, but the same thing, I ran it from all the way to the back, down the kick panel, and then up here in the corner. Let's see if I can, up here in the corner, I ran the wire up by under the dash plate right here, and there's a boot that literally goes straight into the firewall. If you just slice the boot just enough to fit your power wire, you can actually get it through there with no problems or hesitations. And I'm going to show you really quick like how I ran mine. What you're going to do is, if you don't have the correct tools to pull it through, like I have a special tool that helps me get this through, but if you don't have the correct tool to do it, you'll just put like a zip tie or something, and something kind of a little bit stiff, and then it's going to come out from that corner over here. And you can, I know it's kind of hard to see it coming out. It's coming out from right there in the right. But anyways, I have it coming over here in this corner, coming down, and you can see the wire coming out now easier. There's the fuse block itself, and that'll kind of help you get through. It helps if you take out the battery, but if you can't take out the battery, or you just don't want to, like I didn't have to take out the battery because I used my tool or whatever, but it helps to take out the battery to see the boot, and you'll have instant access really quickly, and it'll make your life easier trying to get to the wire. If you have any questions or any advice to help other people out for this installation, just comment below. It helps everybody else figure out what they're doing and hopefully not jack up their beautiful GTI. I appreciate you watching this video. If you liked it, please press like and subscribe, because I will be putting in more videos up. I have this Dodge Viper right here that we're probably going to be posting up of what's done to this, and it's got full custom interior and a bunch of other audio crap that we're doing with this. But I'll go ahead and post up a few more cool videos, and hopefully you'll get to enjoy once this one's done as well, because I've got quite a bit of work to do on this as well. So enjoy. Thank you.